In this section, we will talk about the natural acclimation of native people living at high altitude. Many native people in the Andes and in the Himalayas live at altitudes above 13,000 feet. One group in the Peruvian Andes lives at an altitude of 17,500 feet and works in a mine at an altitude of 19,000 feet. Many of these natives are born at these high altitudes and live there all their lives. They are superior to even the best acclimatized lowlanders in all aspects of acclimatization, even though the lowlanders might have lived at high altitudes for 10 or more years. Acclimatization of the natives begins in infancy. The chest size, especially, is greatly increased, whereas the body size is somewhat decreased, giving a high ratio of ventilatory capacity to body mass. The hearts of natives, which from birth onward pump extra amounts of cardiac output, are also considerably larger than the hearts of lowlanders. Delivery of oxygen by the blood to the tissues is also highly facilitated in these natives. For example, let's plot a graph having quantity of oxygen in blood on x-axis and pressure of oxygen in blood on y-axis. It shows oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curves for natives who live at sea level and for their counterparts who live at 15,000 feet. The arterial partial pressure of oxygen in the natives at a high altitude is only 40 millimeter of mercury, but because of the greater quantity of hemoglobin, the quantity of oxygen in their arterial blood is greater than that in the blood of the natives at the lower altitude. Now, the venous partial pressure of oxygen in the high altitude natives is only 15 millimeter of mercury, less than the venous partial pressure of oxygen for the lowlanders, despite the very low arterial partial pressure of oxygen, indicating that oxygen transport to the tissues is exceedingly effective in the naturally acclimatized high-altitude natives. This was all about this section. In our next section, we will talk about the reduced work capacity at high altitude and positive effect of acclimation.
Explore our extensive library of over 1,800 video lectures to learn about a wide range of topics. Only on sqadia.com.